Hello, Leela here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm an American who's living in Hamburg, Germany. At the moment, I'm visiting family in Southern California for a month. So I wanted to talk about in this video, first the things I've been noticing between California and Germany, because it's really shocking right now, just today, the differences that are going on. I think Hamburg this week announced they're gonna start opening things like bars slowly, but yeah, that's totally different than where Southern California is right now. And the numbers in Southern California, it's really bad. I haven't compared the numbers exactly in Hamburg and Los Angeles, but it's really bad. And I am so shocked that it's a choice to wear a mask if you're vaccinated here. In Hamburg, it's not a choice. If you're vaccinated, you still have to wear a mask when you go inside everywhere. Yeah, so here I was so shocked to be in the grocery store and half the people aren't wearing masks. Very shocked by that. And it made me think about other differences between the US and Germany. This video is sponsored by Italki. If you guys don't know, I've used Italki myself to get customized lessons with a private tutor online. You can ask the tutors to teach you whatever you want to learn, or you can ask them to just suggest things to you. So it's one-on-one tutoring by native speakers with over 150 languages on there. So whatever language you guys want to learn, I totally recommend it. You can get $5 off when you spend $10 with my code LILA, and I'll link my special link down below. So 19 hours on Italki equals 1 semester in college. Like I've said a lot of times, speaking conversations is the quickest way to being fluent. Right now I have a viral video where I showed my 2-year time span from A1 to B2-ish level German. And the biggest boost in my language in those times was literally the 6-month relationship I had with my ex-boyfriend, who did not want to speak English with me, so he spoke just German with me. So I took the basics, the A1, A2, the basics of German classes, and then I started that relationship, and then my German I could see too, it became more natural. So you can get 3 trial lessons. They all start at just $1, and the teachers set their own prices on Italki, so you can choose a teacher based on whatever your budget is. Like I chose one who had just amazing certifications and training, and she had her like master's in education. And then the scheduling, you can choose whatever you want to learn when you want to learn it. So you just go into each teacher's calendar, you can see when their opening times are, you just click on the time you want, and then you have a lesson online, and they also have an app. So yeah, check out the link down below if you want to see their app, especially because you can customize your plans. For me, I chose textbooks that I had at my university in Germany in Oldenburg, and then I asked my teacher if she can work with me with these textbooks. I'll link a video down below where I gave a full review on Italki, by the way, and I talked about those textbooks if you want to know. Yeah, register for free with my link down below in the description box. Like, I was, for the most part of 2021, I've been in Germany, in Hamburg, and so I really got to see both sides of how the countries and the areas were handling the lockdown. And in the Germans, just the people around me, no one there was of course complaints from the business owners, but from just the people around me, there was no questions asked. When the rules became the rules, and the rules were to, like, you're on lockdown, stay home, you have to wear masks everywhere, there was no complaining. It was just okay. And then when the vaccine came out, everyone I knew got the vaccine. There was no questioning about not getting the vaccine. I haven't met any Germans that don't want the vaccines, but then again, I'm sure there's people out there, but here in California, it was just my old job. People didn't even believe that COVID was existing, so it's just crazy how different it is. And I even have a family member who didn't want to get the vaccine, and that was just so shocking to me. From around everyone in Germany, it's just Germany follows the education, the science, and the Americans, it's really sad that the Americans are just they're so easy to ignore the science and the studies and the data and stuff. They're just so quick to believe conspiracy theories. So it's just very sad, the people that are just pointlessly dying right now in the hospitals in America because they just weren't believing the science. And then, I don't know. Okay, so enough about that. I don't like to talk about this stuff, but it's just really clear to me the differences when I have a choice to wear a mask, which I'm wearing masks for sure, even though I'm vaccinated. I'm double vaccinated. I'm still wearing masks when I go everywhere here in Southern California because I don't want to get it. Delta is going on. Anyways, okay, I can talk about this forever. The other differences about that's been on my mind. So I'm really happy to be back in the sunlight. I never knew how much weather affects you until I moved to Hamburg and was in a lockdown for most of the year. Yeah, so Germans have always asked me, why did you move to Germany from Los Angeles? And I always was like, I don't know, I don't mind the weather, but I actually never stayed a full year in Germany, and then I think the lockdown made it way worse than it would have been usually. The California lifestyle, I didn't realize it again until Germany. So I think it's just really nice to just visit home once in a while. I think this happens on both sides. When I'm too long in Germany, I start missing home. When I'm too long home, I start missing Germany. So this always happens. This isn't related to COVID or anything. The electric lines, I never noticed that we have electric lines everywhere. The power lines that are just everywhere, I never noticed that, but they really stood out this time when I came home. And then I think I saw a TikTok video of a American pointing this out, like, where's all your electric lines in Germany? I never noticed that. So and then in the video they said the electric lines in Germany are under the ground and not above the ground. Yeah, so I see right now just all the electric lines, and I just tune it out, but now it's so obvious and so ugly. Yeah, it's funny the things you just don't notice when you're just used to it. I wanted to start some of my videos now with like a word of the day or a few words of the day. And so if you guys don't know, my sense of humor, I have kind of like, how do I call it? Kind of blunt, or so the things I find funny is I learned this on the TV recently, knackarsch. This guy or a girl, I don't know, I think the girl was saying that the guy had a knackarsch, and I was laughing so hard, I was like, wait, knack, doesn't that mean crack? And then arsch is ass, so crack ass? What? And so I asked my boyfriend, and he's like, he didn't find it funny because he's just used to this word, and I was like, that's so funny. Yeah, so now I'm just calling my boyfriend all the time now knackarsch. Which I think it's because when you're a foreigner, you can't hear how bad or the real meaning of a word. For example, in my last video, I think I said fick dich ins Knie, and for me that sounds so funny, but I know it's really, really rude in German, and all the comments in the below were like, don't say that, that's so mean. But yeah, when you're not used to saying that, or you don't know the real meaning, that's just how it is. Just like my boyfriend will always say, like on the TV when he can't find something to watch, he'll say, this is all bullshit. And I'm like, no, we don't say that. Bullshit means like, this is all not true. So I was like, you mean to say this is shit? But still, that's pretty harsh. I don't know. Just when you can't find something on TV, that's kind of like a harsh thing to say, but he can't hear how harsh that is. Just like mother effer is like really, I don't know. The F word in English is really harsh. I hear in Germany it's not so harsh, but I don't know. Okay, and then the next word of the day is, yeah, what? Oh, I was gonna say, I have like, I think it's like psoriasis or something, or I think it's from this neck fold. I get this red area, and I wanted to say it's not a hickey, and in German I learned what that is recently from another show. I'm watching a lot of German TV, thankfully, because my boyfriend likes to watch TV, so that's good for my German learning. So hickey in German is Knutschfleck. So a kiss mark. How cute! Yeah, like Germany is always naming their words after what it is. It's a kiss mark. So cute. Knutschfleck. And then a word of the day that was actually one of the like student teachers in my German class, my first German class at my university in California. I only took one semester in California, but she used to have this word of the day thing, and hers was, it was so funny. She put the English word, I think, and it was like ass antlers. She's like, what do you guys think ass antlers is? I'm like, what? In German, Arschgeweih. Tramp stamp. A tattoo you get on your lower back, like right above your butt. This is called, in English, a tramp stamp, and in German, it's Arschgeweih. ass antlers. So funny. I love that one. Yeah. Let me know down below what your opinion on that is. I was like, wait, why is it called ass antlers? But I guess people get, is that a popular design? I don't know. My mind's kind of blank right now. Then some words I've been learning. Unwetter, I was really surprised, is like stormy weather. It's like unwetter to me is like in English is like the opposite of something. So like the opposite of weather is bad weather, Unwetter or something. I don't know. How do you guys understand Unwetter? Let me know. So nachhaken, this is a word I'm hearing so much at work lately. Everyone's saying this word nachhaken. So, and that means to follow up on something, to dig deeper into something. Yeah, nachhaken. And then I wanted to just go over something in my last video where I talked about the being late thing. I think a lot of people in the comments missed my message there. So a lot of people were being really mean about me thinking that it's okay to be late and thinking that I'm just disrespecting my coworkers and stuff. And no. So I was trying to just ask you guys about like, you know, Latin America, the Southern America, Latin American countries, being late is not a big deal and stuff. And so I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on like if you knew about that. It didn't seem like most Germans in the comments knew about that, maybe. Like when I was in university in Germany, we had a lot of people from Mexico, Brazil, and they were always rolling into class so much later than everyone else was, and they always had this really good mood, and I just feel like their culture just seems so chill and relaxed. I think that was all I was trying to get at in my last video. But of course, now that I know about German culture, and also I think someone hit the nail on the head, is the phrase, in the comments. This is my first like real job in the real world after leaving university. I've always had kind of just I've never been in like a company before, so now I'm learning, and now I've corrected my punctuality and I'm better at it now, so yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to say that. And also a correction, in my last video I said something about like in Germany, when you're 30 seconds past the time of the meeting, that means you're 30 seconds late. I just meant that's my perception in my head. I didn't mean that any of my coworkers actually said that. No, this was just my perception, because when someone is 1 minute or 2 minutes late, I've just noticed they apologize, so that's why I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, anyways, that's all. Okay. Halter top, like kind of, well, I'm not wearing a halter top right now, but that's like the tops that tie behind your neck. These tops in Germany has a funny word. It's called a neck holder. Totally makes sense. Oh, okay, so I got my first prescriptions in Germany. I brought prescriptions from the US and I needed to get new ones in Germany. And so in Germany, they gave me a box with pills individually in the US, we always get the, you know, orange bottles with just loose pills in there. And so I didn't know that was a difference. So that was funny that he said he equates that in his head with movies, American movies. Now that I watch so much TV with my boyfriend, who's German, I can't believe how much American culture is on the TV. Like every show we're watching is American television that is dubbed into German. And I'm like, wow, you guys must learn a lot about American culture that way. So like we're watching this stuff about Halloween parties and all these just typical American stuff, Thanksgiving dinner. And I was like, wow, huh. Like that would be cool if there was like a German show that got so popular that then all the Americans were watching it. But yeah, so far that's not the case. But oh, and then the medication in the US comes in a paper bag, and then they staple the instructions to the medication onto the outside of the bag. And then in Germany, they put the instructions of the medication in the individual box of the medication. So there's none of this bag that you have. That was just a little difference. Oh yeah, so there was we were checking out in the grocery store, my boyfriend and I. There were these, I thought, children in front of us. And they must have been, I think, whatever the minimum age in Germany to buy beer. So I think they were 16 maybe, and they looked like children to me. And I was like, wow, did I look that young at 16? Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm getting older. And he's like, my boyfriend was like, it's just beer. But then to me that's like, it's not just beer. To me it's alcohol. Like I don't have like a less form of alcohol in my head. Of course vodka is much worse, but yeah, that's still, well, and I know you guys are probably going to say like 21, it's so old to be allowed to drink in the US, but honestly everyone I knew in high school was already drinking at like age, I don't know, probably 16 as well, but we just did it illegally. Holidays. So for one thing, Americans don't say holidays, they say vacation. Holidays in the US is like national holidays like Thanksgiving and New Year's, and so that's a holiday for the Americans. Anyways, my coworkers, I've noticed, and then our clients, they'll just be on vacation for so long, and I'm not used to that. Like everyone I know has 10 days of vacation a year in the US, and so Germans all get 30 days of vacation a year, and I didn't realize what that meant as a coworker. So, and I didn't plan any vacation for the summer actually. So the people I'm working with are just gone for 2 weeks, and then there's all these projects and really important campaigns, things we're working on, and then all of a sudden I get the responsibility for these projects and this work from other departments, because who else is gonna do the work? So this was really shocking to me, that wow, which I think that's great that Germans get so much vacation, but as a coworker, as like someone new and training, this was like really stressful for me. But I'm sure I'll appreciate it when it comes time when I take my vacation. Nice for them. In the moment it was not nice for me because I was like but then it was kind of cool. I got to do work that I don't usually get to do from other departments, so yeah. Oh yeah, and then there's like rules of when you go on vacation, you're supposed to have, it's called your Vertretung, so you give all your work to someone else. So you prepare like a big document explaining all your work you have to do for the next 2 weeks, and then so that they know about it, and then they can try to work on it for you or figure out who can do this for you. So yeah, it's a bit of work to go on vacation in Germany. Like I honestly, for my last job I had in the US, I didn't even ask about vacation days. I didn't even ask about it. I just assumed I'm gonna get some days of Christmas off, and then New Year's off, and then like Veterans Day off, and I never even thought about these other days. And then you're not paid either in the US for your vacation days, so that's another big difference. But then a huge other big difference that I actually like, I don't know, I think I like the US one. You just have this like flexibility in the US, but I've heard from Germans they like the German system, and that is when quitting working for a German company. We had someone in my company when I started who had already given their notice that they're leaving. In the US, when you quit, it's called a 2-week notice, and it could be even shorter than 2 weeks sometimes, but it's polite to give 2 weeks but you could, if you want to, just leave from one day to the other. But yeah, it's polite to give 2 weeks. In Germany, it's called a 2-month notice. But I heard that's mostly if you're working for at least 6 months in a company, then it's like polite to give a 2-month notice. Let me know down below. I'm not sure if it's different for like lower jobs that are like I don't know, like if you're a cashier like in a grocery store, do you have to do the 2-month notice? That part, my boyfriend said he said you don't really know. 2 weeks is okay for like not like a big job with all these responsibilities and like projects and teams and blah blah blah. At first I was like, oh gosh, that sucks. If you're really unhappy in a job and you have to stay 2 months working for a job you're not happy in, that sucks. Like my language exchange partner, he hated his boss. He was telling me about, and he had to stay there for 2 months before he quit, and he just said it was horrible. But yeah, so that's like super weird to me that you can't. Like what happens? Let me know down below from Germans. What happens if they ask you to stay for this 2 months and you say you don't want to? Let me know. Is there like a law thing here? Like is it against the law to just leave earlier than the 2 months? And then from the employer's side, I get that that's nice for the employers, that they can find someone to replace you and that you can train the new person. So it's probably more chill for the employers this way. But also I heard it's harder in Germany for the employers to fire you once you've stayed past the like trial period. In the US, there isn't this, like, I don't think there's such a thing. Like, you're never 100% secure, but I think in the US you're expected to switch jobs often. to like keep climbing the ladder to different positions and stuff. So that's just how it is. But in Germany, you're expected to kind of stay in the same company for a long time because I think Germans are just more content with just staying and having an easier life, and Americans want to like move, switch around. I don't really have an opinion on any of it. I'm just new to the work stuff. But another thing I've been noticing in Hamburg before I left was they're called zoll, I think. So there's like people that go in and check the shops to see if they're following all the laws in the shops, and then you can get like a big fee if they find you're not following some of the laws. And especially for COVID, they were checking to see if your store is following all the COVID laws. You're making your people wear masks in there, and they're keeping it a good distance and all that stuff. I've never seen that in California. I've never seen a bunch of police going into a shop and then, yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that. I don't even know if we have that in California. No idea. But I think it was nice to see like Germans really care about following the rules and making sure everyone else is following rules. And oh yeah, for example, during COVID, when you go inside, you have to check in with the Luca app. California definitely doesn't have anything like this. And then if you don't have the Luca app, you have to sign your name, your phone number, your email, your address. That's like all for in case someone gets COVID, they know who to call. None of that in California. This whole time, no. And I think I heard in the news that they're thinking about forcing people to show that you've had your vaccine before entering a gym or a restaurant. And then in Hamburg, it was just assumed. The moment that we all got vaccines, it was just assumed you're going to show your vaccine, like proof, when you enter a restaurant or a gym. And then it was just so funny to me that California, it was a choice. What? Like, of course, like that's just safer. But of course, Americans are, I don't know. Americans are just so occupied with their freedom. But I feel like isn't that just like safety for everyone and health? I don't know how that has to do with freedom to me, but yeah. If you guys don't know, my family escaped World War II from Poland in the 1930s, and yeah, so I can probably imagine them, like they came to America, and America for them was freedom, safety. We don't know what happened to the family in Poland, but it's assumed that they didn't make it, because I don't know too much about my family history, but yeah, America was and is for my family just a chance of a new life and freedom and safety, yeah. And then right now what's going on in the news with Afghanistan, I've been following it very, very closely, and just seeing these people so desperate to get out of Afghanistan, because I know they're sad to leave their land and they wish they could stay in their land, but because of the unfortunate stuff that's going on, that they have to leave to survive. And that America for them, and then England, and then the other places that are rescuing them. I think Germany also is taking some. Let me know if I'm wrong on that. And I think that was like a wake-up call for me. Like on my channel, I'm comparing German and American cultural differences, but then when I see what's actually going on in the world, and all I'm doing is comparing cultural differences, by the way. Sometimes I have opinions about the differences, and sometimes I'm annoyed. Like in my last video, I was kind of annoyed with getting yelled at on the phone and stuff. Yeah, and then it's like, and then I watch what's going on in the news, and I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful that I get the option to fly between Germany and California, and I have my passport is American, and actually if I wanted, I can get the Australian passport because my dad's Australian, but at the moment I don't have an interest to fly to Australia, but maybe in the future. I think I'll end my video there. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Are you happy? Like, I don't even know what question to ask you guys at the end here. I've been all over the place, if you can't tell, in my head. But like, what is freedom? What does freedom mean to you guys? Do you feel like you have freedom in your country? Are you happy where you're living? I'll put some resources in my description box that I've been reading, how you can help the people who are coming from Afghanistan. And yeah, I feel like that's the right thing to do. So if I can help, I will definitely help as well. So alrighty, let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.